How's it going?
Oh, hey, just working on the Jeep.
Nice. It's going good.
I guess
How you liking that new ratchet set?
it's cheap ratchet set I got for $20. It's
Yes.
great. It didn't come with a 1/4 inch drive
Oh no.
because I pulled out the little sockets and I was like, wait a second, oh crap. And then I remembered it had an adapter. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
All
hey,
right.
where did my other socket go?
You're missing a socket.
I only used the one. Oh
Oh
crap, I
no.
just bought this thing.
Probably
Oh,
on the Jeep.
here it is. It's on
Oh
the
yeah.
battery.
Oh, of course.
Awesome. Story of my life.
Where you last had it. That's great.
So welcome back to the channel, guys. So did your Jeep come without aux switches like mine did? Well, today we're going to be installing the new Voswitch aux switch panel. I say Voswitch. I don't know if it's VO switch or what. But anyways, so we're going to unbox it here real quick and see what we got. So it looks like it comes with some stickers, or a sticker, some zip ties and clips and whatnot. Here's the new switch that will go in my A pillar. Pretty nice. Got some nice click to it. All right, and this big guy. All right, set the box aside here. All right, so battery cable. This cable here, I will do a fuse link so that it powers on with the Jeep, because I don't want to accidentally leave the lights on. But it would be nighttime, so I don't know that I would actually do that. But anyways, and this is our long ass cable that we got to run. And 4 relays, 430 amp fuses. All right, so cool. All right, so this guy is gonna mount. It's gonna sit right on the battery right here. So we're gonna have to take out this bolt, and then it comes with a bolt to put right here. So it'll be sitting on here like so. All right. Now this last guy, the previous owner of this Jeep, his wiring is pretty crazy. If you've ever bought a used Jeep before, you probably know that you don't know what to expect with someone else's wiring, and this guy had done some shady stuff, so I'm going to try to wire it up right. So if you see my loose wiring in here, that's what that's all about. I don't have the pod lights hooked up yet. I'm going to be taking the cowl panels off and running this wire through the cowls and whatnot, and then I gotta undo the windshield. That sounds like fun. And pull it out a little bit, and then run the wire up in there. And so we're gonna see how that goes. So another job that I've never done before, but watched some YouTube videos. It doesn't look too bad, so we'll see. So this part right here is pretty obvious. You just use these 2 bolts to mount it. It'll sit on your battery. And then I took the cowl off, and you can see, if I can get the camera right through there, there's a hole all the way to the other side that I plan on running the cable through. Sorry, that's a bit blurry. So that's what we're gonna do next. All right, so here's our current situation. Had to take the tops off, removed these 2 bolts from the A-pillar to get it off. And now we have to undo the windshield, which there's a bolt right there. Let's see if I can get this. Right there it is. Just help if I move the visor out of the way. Right there, and then the same 2 on the other side. So right there, and then one on the end. So those 4 bolts will take the windshield off, and that's what we'll work on next. Okay, so this is actually what I'm going to work on next. The A-pillar handle. I have to drill a hole right here to accept this guy. So he's got to go in right through there. So I'll get on that, and I'll see you in a hole drilled. That's what it looked like. And I just used a step drill bit. I did find it handy to drill from this side first because of that top and bottom section. I wanted to go right in the middle of between those two so that I wasn't too high or too low. And by starting it from a pilot hole on the backside first, it centers it, and then you're golden from there, as you can see. So there's what the switch will look like. Pretty cool. So when you pull the 4 bolts out of the window, the window just simply folds out, not a big deal whatsoever. And then you just fish your little wire right through there and leave yourself enough to reach close to the top of the A-pillar. And then we're just going to simply plug this into the switch on the back of the A-pillar and put everything back together. So that's where we're at the moment. Just discovered something while putting it back together. Yeah, there's a little arrow on top of this thing. Yeah, right there, you can see it now. Because there's a little notch right on the top there. That's got to match with the notch on this guy. Because I was like, why isn't it screwing in? All right.
How's it going?
Pretty good so far. Just tightening the windshield back in using the supplied Jeep tools they give you. I just wanted to see, hey, can you even use this to take the windshield off? Yeah, you can. It's a little awkward. Not a problem. All right. So now that I got that done, just gotta put the 2 bolts back in that hold the A-pillar back on, snap in our switch, and then go wire it up to the battery and all that. So getting ready to get these put back in right now. It's a 10 millimeter, by the way, in case you're wondering. And okay. All right. Got that one started anyways. Long-winded. All right, so get the bottom bolt started. So let me see the camera for a second. So as you can see, the wire is actually hidden behind there. Of course, I got to put the speaker cover back on, but you really don't see the wire doing it this way. It's hidden behind this guy pretty good. So almost there. All right. Found it. All right. Well, nobody wants to see this part, so see you in a few. I don't know how many of you seen my first video or not, but I didn't have one of these metal pans, these magnetic things to hold your bolts and stuff. And so I had lost a washer in the very first video I'd done. So these things come in pretty handy. I like it. I haven't lost anything yet. This is what it will look like when you get it installed. Running your wiring is pretty obvious. You just pull these little rubber grommets out and then run your wire through. Now don't do what I did. I tried to install these before running my wire through the hole. That doesn't work, so I had to clip the wires off, run them through, and then install those clips, which slide underneath your screw there. That's pretty obvious. I ran the fuse tap into fuse 52. Now you don't need to buy a fuse tap. The kit comes with one. I was not aware of that, and so I bought one. Now I got to take it back to O'Reilly's, get my money back. I went into fuse 52 because that's the cigarette lighter, and so the switch is only powered when I turn the Jeep on. That's not how you have to do it. That's how I chose to do it. And when you do that, we want to make sure and flip switch 2 forward, because by default it is off, and that is in the directions. I did not do that, and when I thought I was done, I got in the Jeep, hit the power button, it came on, and I was like, wait, what? And then I remembered, oh yeah, I'm supposed to switch or flip switch 2 forward, and then everything was all good. So that's what it should look like when you get her wired up. Just wrapping it up. All went really well, I think. I don't know. We gotta try it out. Let me grab my keys here real quick. Yeah. I only have these pod lights, so see if they work. I about fell. Yay. Happy. So it's about a couple hour process. It's not too bad. If I can do it, you can do it. I've never done anything electrical with a vehicle before, and I just figured it out. Taking down the windshield was sketchy, but not that bad. It's just 4 bolts that came right out. One of them was actually a little loose, like it's been done before. And then all I did was run the wire across. I didn't go through the cowls like I was going to. It's kind of hard. If you had something long and straight that you could run all the way through it and then tape it up and kind of fish it through, then it would have worked out great. But I wound up just running it along the firewall like the last guy. It is what it is. And then goes, all the rest is just coiled up, zip tied inside this coil. And when you fold your window back, all you do is just run your wire through it, leave enough to attach the other end to your A-pillar wire that you installed, and then just clamp it back or close it back down. Not that bad. Then I just started putting the cowls back on with the lights, whatnot, wired up the lights, wired up the Voswitch, and looks like it worked, so cool. Okay, one last thing before I go. You can change colors. You have to press and hold power. 1, 2, 3. Power's on. Get green, blue, white, red. And then you can decrease brightness. I think I already have it all the way down. You can raise the brightness by pressing the 1 switch. Don't want that, so I'm gonna go as low as it'll go. Looks like that's it. And then you press and hold power for 3 seconds again. Power's off, and that's it. Well, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you. Please subscribe and like the video. I'm a new channel, so I'm just trying to grow it, get some more people to see what I do. If you guys find it interesting, today really wasn't that hard of an install, so I'm sorry if I didn't show you everything that you'd like to have seen. we'll get back as I go on making these. Lake of the Ozarks Jeep Invasion's coming up next month. We plan on going to that. So get some videos of some really cool Jeeps, maybe another Jeep parade or something if we catch it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.